And we are live. It looks like, yeah, there's a huge delay. But anyways, welcome back to my art diary. As usual, today is brought to you by me, Ezekiel Schmidt. If you want to support the stream, go to EzekielSchmidtArt.com. Link is in the description. And take a look around. Tell me what you think. I got lots of really cool shit on there. Anyways, let's get right to it because I don't got much time. Trying to position this light where it's not messing with how I'm seeing this thing. Whatever. Maybe this thing is too big. Need a smaller brush. This one. Been thinking about the song by Tool, Stinkfist. I just love the opening lines. Something has to change. Undeniable dilemma. Boredom's not a burden that anyone should bear. Constant overstimulation numbs me, but I would not want you any other way. It's not enough. I need more. Nothing seems to satisfy. I don't want it. I just need it to breathe, to feel, to know I'm alive. And it's something that really is, I don't know, speaks to us today. Why are we so afraid of being bored? And the next part of it is, I can help you change tired moments into pleasure. Say the word and we'll be well and underway. Blended, balanced. Can't remember the rest of it. But I would not want you any other way. And then back to, it's not enough. I need more. Nothing seems to satisfy. I don't want it. I just need it to breathe, to feel, to know I'm alive. Why does why do we I don't know what's going on with my camera right now. Why do we chase stuff? Why do we cling to it? Is it because we're afraid of letting go? Is it because we're afraid of not being anymore? Is death the real driver behind all these things that we feel if we're not constantly stimulated? We're dying a little, that we're not living fully? Are we afraid so much of dying that we'll do anything to tell ourselves that we're living fully? Is the way that we measure our life is how much stimulation we felt. If we could stop it all, would that be death to us? To me, it feels like meditation in itself is a preparation for death, for a preparation for when we won't be doing anything anymore. I look forward to that time. I love being alive. I love being with the people around me. But there's also something to be said for just doing nothing. This constant overstimulation, this need to do, this need to be in the world of action. And what what does it do but cause more suffering? This attachment to things that we know are passive will pass away. Yeah, the camera went off. Piece of shit. Move that out the way. We're afraid of death, so we have children. We're afraid of living, so we fill our lives up with busy work. And I'm not talking about like doing your chores and cleaning up after yourself or very normal stuff. I'm talking about the games we play with ourselves, not just video games, but play games all the time. Social games. I wonder what's going on with the camera. Hmm. There's no prize though. We're always trying to win something. Trying to feel like we've done something. We're tethered to the sense of accomplishment. Is it because we've been told that we have to do in order to justify our existence? Is this built-in anxiety come from our culture, from our parents? This idea that you must contribute to the greater, where your life was a waste or will be a waste. Why does it feel like, in order to justify our lives, we have to constantly be doing something? Where's the breath? Where's the relaxation? Where's the cessation of movement? And I'm someone that likes doing things. I enjoy doing it. But why? Why do I feel the constant need to justify my existence? What good is it to work your entire life only to lose the time that you had with those you love? The goal that you think that you're accomplishing is never worth the price that you will pay. There's more to life than dollars and cents. There's more to life than keeping the body alive. There's more to life than constantly being occupied. I feel like life is about the appreciation of being. That's something we've lost. So many gratitude practices and meditation practices solely bent on how to increase your productivity in 12 simple steps. I do a meditation practice. I pray every day so that the God that I believe in will shower down money upon me, and I will be able to increase my workload by 12%. I can accomplish so much because I do these things. Who gives a shit? People with billions of dollars are no more or less valuable than the person who has nothing that's on the street. The scientist is no more valuable than the person that can't remember what happened 5 seconds ago. All life is sacred. The purpose of life is not it's not about working so that way someone else can live off of your benefit from what you provide. It's not so some overlord can live a lavish life because you slaved away your hours in their employment. Life is much more than this. Life is about the experience of being and being aware that we are here. Repugnant is a creature who could lift its eye to heaven, conscious of our fleeting time here. Who, no, it's repugnant is a creature who would squander his ability to lift an eye to heaven, conscious of our fleeting time here. I feel like most of our lives are spent looking at the ground, our heads bowed in service to someone who exploits us, takes our time and gives us little bits of paper. It says here, be satisfied with this. You're only worth this much because I say so. Your work is only valuable because you only contributed such and such. Time is not money. You can't buy back time. You can no longer regain your youth. Time is something that cannot be valued because you can't spend time. Time is flowing with whether or not you choose to spend it or not. You can only spend something that you can choose to withhold. You can't hold time. Time flows regardless of our attachment to things. How much is a river worth? How much is a stream worth? It's invaluable because it provides life, giving water to the valley. It brings nutrients from the mountain down to the soil. When the Nile floods, it would bring tons of new, fertile soil with it and would go back down. You can't put a price on that. How can you buy the earth? All these things that we have exchanged for shiny bits of earth, for thinly shaved pieces of wood. With numbers printed on them. And even then, what little value that we create is taken away from us. All taxation is theft. We're a new type of slave. One with the hopes of being a slave with more things. We hope that one day we can become rich and buy all these things that will enslave us to work even more, to be able to hold on to these things. Your master is no longer just a person, but a system of money, of things. Your chains are your attachment to having those things. You'll do anything to keep from losing those things. We've sacrificed our freedom to the altar of money. We worship a God that does not care about us. Spend all our time toiling to gain simple baubles, things that fall apart. Buy the new iPhone. 2 months later, oh, that iPhone's no longer good anymore. You need the new iPhone. You need the iPhone XXXX. The simple iPhone XX can't do that anymore. You can't use that for whatever. All the while, these things that we've created, or that we're constantly buying, have been built on blood, on the labor of others in underdeveloped countries, on child labor, people mining and completely unsafe and unhealthy conditions, spending what little time they have in order so that way they can mine some elements so that way you can have your shitty piece of technology that will be obsolete in 3 years. We have blood on our hands for what we buy. Cheap goods made in factories in other countries where the workers sleep at the factory. They live off of dimes. And we just like, oh, why is this so expensive? It's because of the people that are the middleman can charge exorbitant amounts so that way they can maximize their profit margins. So that way they can live beyond what even kings could live. We perpetuate the injustice by saying that there's nothing that we can do. Instead of saying, no, I don't need that thing, or I can wait to grab it, or I can wait to buy it until I have money to buy it, one made without blood. We tell ourselves, there's nothing we can do about it. It's always been like this. While the world works its hands bloody raw, so that way we can have the mildest of conveniences. So that way we can have things that we could have lived without easily 20 years ago. But now it's so integrated into who we are, we can't go for one day without. I think about this often whenever I pick up my phone. I feel the guilt and the weight, knowing that because of this technology that I have, someone has suffered an injustice. What good is our convenience? Causes others to suffer. But you can do so much good with the technology. That doesn't excuse it. It's like excusing Adolf Hitler for the atrocities he caused by saying, well, he did create the Volkswagen. He did, we did learn a lot about medical stuff through the torture of other people, through the experiments that the Nazis did. They contributed to science, therefore it's okay. No, it isn't. None of this is okay. The technology I'm using to talk to you, it's not okay. I think about that guilt a lot. Or killing ourselves for the sake of entertainment. We're all guilty for participating. And we know We know it's wrong. We know what to do. We know what we should do, what we could do. We could boycott those companies. We still support places like Amazon. We still go to Walmart. We know the system won't change until we do. Is it too late? Is it too late to change ourselves and the world we live in? Or do we now have to live with the consequences of what we've done? Destroyed our environment. Now we will have to live with what comes next. Anyways, that's been the Art Diary for today. Drop a little moon in the chat if you've gotten this far, or in the comments, whatever it is.